Hey guys, let's go to the zoo. We started our day heading over to the Detroit Zoo. The Detroit Zoo has undergone a huge renovation over the last few years and has become a great destination if you have young children and live in the Detroit Ann Arbor area. We started our walk by going inside of the penguin enclosure. The tunnel is amazing. You can spend so much time here just watching these little guys being silly. They like to play, they like to flip. They like to just showcase how great they can swim. This guy was hunting for food, and he couldn't find anything. We didn't see him actually pick anything up to eat, but he was just there living his best life. This is a great way to learn about these little animals. Our kids had a lot of fun. We were there for quite a while. Then we were walking out and we saw this viewing window. So this one is floor to ceiling. And again, you can just sit there and enjoy watching these guys. They're so funny. I found these little guys and I just decided to take pictures of them because they're so cute. We then continued walking and found the dinosaur pathway. This area is absolutely amazing for kids who love dinosaurs. You can read about them. They talk about the different types of food that they like to eat. And it's very interactive. They actually make sounds. I don't have the sounds recorded on this video, but they make it sound like you really are stepping back in time to Dino Land. The path entirely takes about 5 to 7 minutes to walk. And they have all sorts of different dinosaurs displayed. The more you walk, the more you see, the more you hear, the more you learn actually. So my kids really like dinosaurs, although they're not in that stage anymore where they would spend hours and hours learning about them. But they still enjoyed walking through and just reading the signs. My daughter found it particularly amusing that everything is in different languages as well. I think the Detroit Zoo has done an amazing job at being inclusive. They have the signs in Arabic and Spanish, English, and Japanese in some cases. We joke that this little guy got its tail taken. And then we saw this huge thing, which I don't know who did this. I don't know who built it. I don't know how they scaled it, but this is amazing. It's just so scary at the same time as it is amazing to see that these animals actually existed at some point. We continued walking, and then there's a puzzle where you can actually have your kids build a dinosaur. There was a little girl there, so my kids didn't want to interrupt what she was doing, so they didn't even try, but we just think that it's amazing, particularly for our parents with younger children. I absolutely love this place. This guy really gave me a fright. He made a loud noise right above my head. I was not expecting that. The more we walked, the more we saw, the more we understood how important it is for places like this to exist, because it really is a fountain of information for our kids. Our kids spend so much time watching screens and inside, especially here in Michigan, because the winters are ruthless. So this place is a great way to not only get the family walking, get them out of their normal enclosures and environment, but it's a great way to learn and to interact with nature and just as a family. Now, on this day, my husband had to work, so I took the kids by myself, but since they're already older, it was actually quite fun. I got to hear their entire conversation about what they thought these animals liked, didn't liked, and how they lived their lives and how they would have enjoyed eating each other. It was quite an interesting conversation. This one, I really like this display because it actually has like a pretend viewing deck where you actually get to experience how dinosaurs would look out their own eyes. My kids thought it was hilarious and weird at the same time. And after we left, we started looking for the other animals. We wanted to see the baby lions that were just born about 2 months ago. Unfortunately, they were asleep when we got there. So there's a lot of animals that we couldn't see because they were not outside. And that's another thing I really enjoy about the Detroit Zoo. They allow the animals to roam free in their enclosures. If they want to be outside, they can be outside. If they want to go back in, they can do that. And I think that that's absolutely beautiful and amazing. They renovated this walk area. They did not have polar bears before, so this is all brand new. This area right here that we're looking at is actually the polar bear enclosure. Polar bears are going extinct, and so because they're going extinct, we are looking at probably the last polar bears we'll ever see. They had this really interesting looking viewing deck, which my kids thought it looked like the ribcage of a dinosaur. We continued walking, and there's a lot of butterflies too, and there was a lot of birds, which we thought was really cool. This is one of the pools. I think this is the sea otters. From this viewing deck, you can actually see the other side where they have an actual grizzly bear. We were very surprised by that. Then as you continue walking down the pathway, and this is a picture I took of him, you can actually go into the viewing area of the polar bear enclosure. We walked through it real quick because he wasn't there. So we didn't spend a lot of time looking for him or her. We're not sure what it is. There wasn't a lot of information about the polar bear, just that they had one. So we left that area and went hunting for the kangaroo enclosure, which is also new. They have also included a walkway. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this is the underwater viewing area for the sea otter pool and the polar bear pool. And you can see the difference between the color of the water. I thought it was absolutely interesting that one is crystal clear and the other one, well, was not. They also have the same viewing window as the penguin enclosure, and they have it on both sides, so it's almost like a 360 experience. But again, we were very disappointed because you couldn't see the polar bear. Before we head to the kangaroos, we decided to take a lunch break, and this little guy came to say hi. They just roam free, and then he gave us a full display of its feathers. Now we're actually at the kangaroo enclosure. As I was saying, they actually made it so you can walk through. The pathways are very clean, very clear, and they do have volunteers to make sure that you stay within the pathway so that you don't try to touch the kangaroos or try to feed them, and they just roam free. They're happy. Then we saw the giraffes. I only took pictures of the giraffes. I did not record them. And the zebras are right next to them. These guys are so cute. Then they had some other enclosures with other animals, which is all brand new. This was not there before. These are bison, and right across from them they have eagles, which look majestic. We thought they were so pretty that I actually had to get close-ups of them. So this is a photo. Then I did the bison as well. Here is another photo of that eagle. And then we started to leave the zoo. We were heading out. As you can see, it's so clean. And then we stumble upon the new play area. This new play area, it's absolutely beautiful. I wish they had this when my kids were younger. Although they did go up and enjoy it, it's very clearly made for younger kids. This is the toddler area, which I loved because it's very safe and it's very cushy. And then they had, and there go my kids, then they had these walkways and just canopies and amazing looking structures. Even my 15-year-old boy enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious because for a moment he forgot he was 15. He actually ran up and they were just being kids. They were just enjoying it. My daughter came down the slide and she complained that it actually pushes you down on your back. She said that the angle made her just lean back. She could not just sit. And then I just walked around it because I think this is amazing for families. This is such a great way to get the kids moving, and it's so interactive and it's so entertaining. Like I said, even my 15-year-old boy forgot that he was 15. He loved walking the canopy. The canopy is absolutely amazing. At this point, my daughter had seen where the stingrays were, but unfortunately we couldn't go in there because the last entrance was at 4 and this was like 4:05-ish in the afternoon, so we were not allowed in. We're gonna have to go back another time. But we're definitely coming back to the Detroit Zoo because it has so much to offer. It is absolutely a beautiful setting, and it's absolutely great for the kids to just leave the house and learn about animals and just be interactive. Thank you so much for watching this video and for coming along with us.